different one. So let me show you. I am there, and it's just going round and round and round and round and round. So yeah, massive apologies for being late. So nobody's on here at the moment because you probably all clicked onto the different link. Those are the tech issues. No, there's still nobody online, and I've literally got no battery left in the phone. Oh my god, I should be fine. Stream community software. Right, so there's one person there. Bonjour. Googling. I'm having a proper meltdown on this. Welcome to YouTube's Live Control. Let me walk you through how to start schedules. I've already done that. 4 people on. Right, so hopefully with me, I did not comment. I'm going to come off this completely. Moving to a different part of the room now to plug my phone in. 20% battery. What could go wrong, they said. What could go wrong? What's the buzzing? Maybe I should. Shut the door and turn the light on. Is that light any better? Off my face it's not. Right. Plug this in. Got nowhere to put my tea, or my coffee should I say. Plug it in. All I'm going to say is, welcome to Amateur Hour everybody. Can you all hear me alright? Sitting in our caravan, absolutely pissing it down. In the Fenlands. Where's that? Right, let's get the brew. Because the iPad's better. No. It's not giving me the not sure I'm doing on the iPad. Nope, right. Got 6 people on. 6, but apparently it's really early in America. Diana Hughes. Hi, how's you? I'm in rainy Hertfordshire, UK. Well, the sun's out here. The sun's out. Apparently the sun's going to be out tomorrow as well, which is really, really good. The garden furniture is absolutely soaking wet through, so Lisa's outside now, getting it dried. Update from Sean. We need to wish Sean, he's not watching, a speedy recovery. He's poorly at the moment, so he won't be here next week to finish off the shower room. So, like all my stuff, it's unscripted, it's ad-libbed. I've got nothing to talk about. What do you guys want to talk about? I'm here to answer any questions. AJ in France. Andy, you've not seen it yet, but that beer bottle that you didn't leave behind, you know, the beer bottle, that was definitely your second to last one. I cleaned up from the garage yesterday. I felt dirty. Have you not got better things to do, Robbie? Another excuse to not tidy up. Right, Andy, have you got nothing better to do than watching me live? And you could just WhatsApp me anytime. Right, so I've sent this link out to the family. Nick and Audrey, you're probably going to be watching on your telly. That's my mother and father-in-law, so hi to them. I've sent it out to the kids. If they don't watch the main channel, they're not going to be watching this. French countryside life is that chair comfy? You know, Colin, you sat in it the other day, didn't you? It is lovely. You'll just need like a nice little round table here with some leaflets on it, and it'll look like a proper waiting room. 11 people on. That's mental. Big shout out to Daryl Butler, who lives in Alou, I think I've pronounced it right, which is 12 kilometres away from here. He's got a holiday house. So he's coming over next Saturday, and he's going to be bringing some stuff over from the UK. So massive thanks out to Daryl. Paula Holland, love the podcast. Are you going to do another one with the boys? I don't know. That's entirely up to Colin and Andy. I don't know. If they asked me to, of course I would. Of course I would. Just as a complete aside, we spoke with a couple of, and I hope this isn't going to offend anyone. We spoke with a couple of expats over here, immigrants, as we actually are, and they said, "Oh, you're going to hate it round about April, May time, and then throughout the rest of the summer." I said, "Why is that?" He said, "It'll make you not proud to be British." I went, "Okay, go on." And apparently, those of you with holiday homes in your right-hand drive cars with your English plates are a bit loud and obnoxious when you come over to France. Now, I can actually attest to that. You can spot an English person from the UK a mile off in France when they're either on holiday to their second home or just visiting. And yesterday I actually pretended to be French because we stood in the queue in action, and I was in the way, and some English person said, "Excusez-moi," and I went, "C'est bon, c'est bon." I was like, I'm not going to identify myself as English. I don't identify as English anymore. Anyway, right, I've waffled on. French Country Live, coming over here, winning a bingo. Exactly right, Colin. Right, so there's 13 people on now, only 7 likes. Go on, 13 people. Should at least be 13 likes. Right. I'm rapidly running out of things to say. Okay. Would it be awkward if I just sat here and just stared at you? I'm not going to do that. Wonder if my mum's here watching. Mum, are you watching? You'll be watching on the big telly anyway. My brother, Daz. My brother and my mum are coming over for my brother's 50th, hopefully. My brother's, he'll be 50 on August the 18th, so he'll be over for that. So, yes, that'll be nice. What, is he 50? Yeah. He doesn't look it, does he? And yes, I'm his older brother, believe it or not. How the eggs come along. So, yeah, I've checked on the eggs about 3 times a day. Lisa has done the same. There's no movement yet, so yeah. Probably you should give them up to 23 days before you start taking them out and popping them in water. If you pop them in water and they float to the top, apparently that's a good thing. So yeah, we'll have to do that. But yeah, fingers crossed. Andy, give us a shower room update or a garden update. Right, shower room update. Sean's poorly. I've just had a WhatsApp message from him, and so he won't be here next week, I doubt. Or if he is here next week, it won't be long enough for him to complete it. So yeah, we're not going to be having a shower room. When the phone charges up a little bit more, I'll walk you around rather than just sat here amongst my certificates. Am I driving the wrong side and I have a holiday home, so it's goodbye from me. Dan Hughes, do you ever watch Irish Homestead? Sam and Rebecca doing a place up. I love them. No, Dublin van life I watch. I've not done the being 23% Irish. I should do, shouldn't I? Oh, here's an update for you. I don't know whether this would apply to me, but I was talking to Daryl before, who's trying to come over on an Irish passport because his granddad was Irish. Now, my granddad was Dutch, and could I apply for a Dutch passport? and then completely bypass the visa process and eventually monetize the channel. I don't know. Yeah, pop over and watch it. Yeah, okay. I did start watching Your Normandy Life. So yeah, they've got quite a few videos on there. Right, I'm gonna finish this. The phone's on a ridiculous amount of charge because I did intend on doing it on the Mac. So I've not managed to do that. Apparently I should have downloaded some software. Didn't do that obviously. Otherwise it'd be working. And then my phone had gone dead. Good, they got a donkey called Toby. Oh, okay. 13 people going now. So if you think I've got 1,414 subscribers, it's like less than 0.1%, isn't it? Talk us through the certificates. This could get dark. Right, okay. So, that one there. If I flip the camera around, that'd be better, wouldn't it? So that one there was when I was promoted to sergeant from constable in March 2007. And then I did a quick promotion to inspector in December 2009. I then became a member of the Police Federation, becoming a representative to support officers going through troubled times. When I got promoted to inspector, I did the operational commanders course, meaning that I could lead operations. That was me in basic training. There you go. On a T54-55 tank. You can tell it's a T54-55 because the fume extractor is at the end of the barrel. That there is from the 1st Battalion, the Parachute Regiment. My cousin Kenny was in the Parachute Regiment before he went on to Special Forces, and we swapped shields. That is me in basic training. That is me somewhere in there. Where am I? Over there somewhere. When I was in Northern Ireland. That was me in Bosnia. Where am I? There I am. 21. Certificate to say that I went to Bosnia. Oath of Allegiance on the 4th of December 1989, where I swore an allegiance to Queen Elizabeth II when I joined the army. Did a parachuting course in April 1992. That one there, as Chief Constable's Commendation, low battery, where I stopped an armed robbery of a postman when he was being attacked and robbed. I was off duty and I happened across it and I tackled the bloke with a cutthroat razor and got it off him and got an award for it. That's another one for the Police Federation. What's this one for? Oh, undercover drugs operation, where we secured convictions for up to 30 years. Certificate of merit, what was that one for? Oh, I started up the post-traumatic stress disorder working group within Sussex Police, and it was the first one to have ever been done in the country, and still remains the only one, sadly, to be done in the country. What's this one? Operation Spider-Man. I didn't name it. That was that burglars? Yeah, you're prolific offenders. Oh, what's that one there? Oh, that's too boring to talk about. That one is, just me having served in the police and a thank you from the Chief Constable. That one there is from me completing my police probationary training, which you have to do for 2 years before you can do anything else. Right, this one here is a bit of a joke. So it's It's not a real certificate. When Rob arrived from Golf 99, we all thought he would be fine. We soon found out that this wasn't the case. His first DMM didn't set the pace because I messed up on a meeting. An early start should reduce the risk. Rob only answer is, "You're taking the piss." He soon found his feet when he was around. "Rob, where are you now?" Answer, "I'm Bannatyne's bound." His gym work commitments did him some good. His guns got bigger and his tight t-shirts reduced. Rob did do his time on the Hastings front line, but one New Year's Eve, all was not fine. A fight in the street, Rob got stuck in, embracing diversity with a nice young man from the gym. Some issues he had, but they made us laugh. Hair products, ripped jeans and white boots for a start. So good luck in the sticks. It's a far different game. We lose Rob the rascal, it won't be the same. And then he called me a Renf, which military means rear echelon mother. I got an Outstanding Investigator Award for Operation Donnington. That's my favourite one. Operation Donnington was an investigation into an ex-Metropolitan Police Chief Superintendent who had retired, went and worked for MI6 or MI5, you're one of the two. Got sacked from there for drink driving and assaulting a police officer, so started up his own scuba diving company and used that opportunity to systematically and systemically abuse young boys and girls over many, many years. He was the most arrogant person that I've ever met in my life, and I've met some arrogant people, a lot of them senior leaders within the police, so unsurprising that he was one. It was funny because I went to a court case and a couple of chaps came over and they said, "Are you the SIO? Are you the senior investigating officer?" I was like, "Yeah." "Why is that?" And I was a bit guarded because I didn't know who they were. And they're both gents in their 60s, long retired. One was an inspector for this ex-Met Chief Superintendent, and one was one of his sergeants who held a grudge against him because apparently he wasn't a very nice man. Very small man, he was about 5'4". And they kept referring to him as Nipple. You know, I let it go a few times. And they kept referring to him as Nipple. I said, "Why'd you call him Nipple?" He said, "Because he's not big enough to be a tit." He got life anyway. Right, let's have a look. AJ, I'm missing a few because I'm waffling. Talk us through certificates on that. Cheers, Colin. Thank you for that. Andy, you can only get Dutch if your parents were Dutch, not great. Oh, okay. Well, ruined my day, Andy. Thank you. Ian Baker, you can apply for Dutch passport and not have to keep applying for continual visas, but Lisa wouldn't be able to, and she would have to keep applying for French visas. Ian and Anne. Okay, thank you. Ian and Anne. I'll look into it, but Andy is pretty much spot on with everything that he says, so it's probably a no. Paul Holland, having a military career, will you be coming to Normandy for the 80th anniversary celebrations? Paula, I don't know how far you watched back on the channel. I've got post-traumatic stress disorder from my time in the military, so stuff like that is quite difficult. If I'm honest, it did take a bit of thinking about putting these up because they are reminders. So yeah, it might be something that I watch from afar. Doug, I feel ashamed now. I was going to show you my 25 yards swim. Do it. I want to see that certificate. I definitely do. I think back in the 70s, 80s, I think it was wasn't it like a Coca-Cola swimming badge for 25 metres? Oh, yeah, cheers, Colin. You're fascinating stuff. Name of your Hamlet equals your job description. Right, that's a little bit. Right, name of your Hamlet, song on the series, equals your job description. Right, anyone from music, you're going to have to expand on that because I'm obviously having a bit of a thick moment. Paula, really interesting career. Yeah, thank you, Paula. Appreciate you being open and honest about your struggles. No worries. My mum used to say, the strong and silent type, and I used to hear that, and it was a methodology that I used to. Well, I think we all did to a certain extent, especially people of our age. I think it's the strong and spoken type. It's easy just to stay quiet and not say anything. Yeah, that's the easy option. Just to be open and honest. Just leave your ego at the door. Doesn't matter. People can people are going to judge you anyway. I remember a quote from Game of Thrones that really helps me, and it was said by Tywin Lannister, and he said, "A lion does not concern himself with the opinion of a sheep," and I like that. I like it. Lot to be proud of on that wall. Yeah, cheers, Andy. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. I don't read it. It's only when like people say ask me about it, then yeah, I get to read it and feel proud. Yeah, I do. Thank you. Limousine Life. What is the brand of your hair dye? Stand by. Not a problem. You know, I said before about not caring, because Daryl is going to be bringing this over for me. I'll show you. There you go. It's the permanent hair colour. It's number 4. Medium brown. Yeah, you thought you'd catch him out there, didn't you, guys? Not bothered. AJ in France. That's spam. What spam? Lives our life loud. Lol. Bye for now. Keep up the lives. Yeah, see you later, Doug, Lynn. Is it Doug and Lynn? I think it is, isn't it? But thanks. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Got 13 people, 12 likes. I'm gonna have to move over here and plug the phone in. No, that's it. Yeah, so me doing yesterday's one was just out of the blue. I thought, let's get a coffee. Love me then. I love the brand new chair. I saw that Dan the Shatter Man did one. Now, to say our channel and his channel within the same breath is doing a real disservice to his channel. Does anyone still watch him? Because we used to watch him religiously. Escape to Royal France. Not a coincidence that our 2 channel names are similar. Thinking that I could nick some of his traffic, didn't work. We used to watch him religiously, but now he don't really talk a lot. So he's like somebody that we watch when there's nothing else to watch. So what's the best, worst, weirdest thing you've eaten since moving? Limousine Life. That'll be the freebies coming in. Yeah, I doubt it. Yeah, cheers, Paul. Yeah, it's has it gone a bit downhill? It's my channel at the start was pretty much fashioned on his, especially around the music, because I always loved his music. I loved his French countryside B-roll. I loved his DIY stuff. It's by no accident that I've got all my YouTube stuff up there. A bit like him in his studio, but yeah, I don't know. It's I think things change once he got his turkey teeth. But what's the best weirdest thing you've eaten since moving? What was it? Or something. Right. Somebody asked me another question. I'll have a think about it. I can't think, because I'm not very adventurous when it comes to food. Don't know. Celeriac. There you go. Had my first celeriac that we bought from the shop, and Lisa made a nice soup with it. It's lovely. It's like a celery, but without the strings. What do the French really eat? Well, if you jump over to Colin's channel, I think he did an episode now, didn't you? It's your time, not your hamlet. Read job description. Saint Laurent is your time, not your hamlet. Oh, no, my hamlet is La Garde. Yeah, it's Lerret mash is yummy. You watch Colin and AJ too from Paula. What do the French really eat? It freaks Robbie out, but there is always escargot, snails in the supermarket freezers. And I'll tell you what was funny. One of our neighbours, he got locked out of his garage the other week, and as Martin had broken in for him and managed to get the door open, a snail fell out on the floor, and the neighbour who's French, he looked at it and went, yummy. Robbie, if you had the choice, would you move to France again? I'm already here, Gary. When I moved, I would have moved over a lot earlier, but for it to be financially viable, I needed to have been retired and be in a position where I didn't have to work. So, yeah, 100%. Where in the UK are you from? French farmhouse renovation. Ah, welcome. So I am so I was born in Liverpool, lived in Speke for the first 6 weeks of my life, and then I don't know whether any of you follow or know John Bishop, who pretends to be a Scouser. He's about as much Scouse as me, whereas he's actually from Runcorn, which is just outside Liverpool. It's an overspill for Scousers, like a social experiment, which is what he said. And it's funny because people from Runcorn, people like me, have a more Scouse accent than Scousers themselves, trying to make up for the fact that they're not really Scouse, they're actually Woolly-backs. But I went to school in Warrington, and it's different in the south of England, where up north you can cross a street and your accent can be completely different. So the school that I went to in Warrington had a different accent, so my Scouse accent got toned down. I moved down south, met Lisa. Lisa couldn't understand a word I was saying, and I had to tone down the accent even more. So yeah, I've just got like a really toned down northwest accent, I think it is. Have you been to the Chinese buffet place? Yeah, I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. It was rubbish. I've been to both of them in Limoges. Didn't like them. It was just horrible food, cold. What does that like? You know what I meant? Not really. French farmers. You are Scouse though. You are Scouse through and through. Ah, see, Scousers would say not. Scousers would say not. Because I'm a Woolly-back and I lived in my formative years are in Runcorn. Although, yeah, if you say to people, right, where you're from, are you a Scouser? I'll say yeah. If a Scouser asks me, are you a Scouser? I'll say no. Because I'll get found out. Because it's Speke even past Scouts. More witnesses in this Speke. Right, let me just go back through. I've gone for nearly half an hour now. Anyway, if you guys want more of this, I'm quite happy to do it. The phone's really, it's not charging very well. It's rubbish. Right. Does anyone want to know how Lisa and I met? I've got 14 thumbs up and 20 people watching now. What's going on? I think you should cook some gizzards on the live feed. No, you know that. You know that, Kevin. I'm not going to do that. Sounds awful. It tastes like bacon. 20 people. That's amazing. Thank you. Right, because I'm running out of things today. Lisa was a part-time gym instructor at Bannatynes. She taught spin and did other classes. I'd just split up from my dress rehearsal life, and I had nothing to do. I was living in a pokey little flat, and I was finishing work, and I was going. You had too much time around. So I joined the gym, and she was there, and really smart a lot, Lisa, if she doesn't know you. So I wasn't getting any signs for her, but I was interested in her. Apparently, she was interested in me as well. But when she saw me leave the gym and she watched me get into my Renault Scenic. If you don't know what that is, it's definitely a family car. Yeah, she thought I was a married father. Now, she wasn't wrong. I was a father, and I was still technically married, but I was going through a divorce. So she drew a line under it, and that was it. It wasn't until a year later that I was in the hot tub, and she was coming over to check the pH levels, and I got chatting with her, and as the youth call it, I slid into her DMs on Facebook, and that was it. We started going out, moved in together pretty quickly. I think we met in the November-December time of 2009, and then moved in together in the June of 2010. And then when I asked her to marry me, I was in the jacuzzi that we first had our first conversation. She didn't know what was going on. I was paranoid that the ring was going to be lost, and yeah, that was how we met. Right, okay. So I've waffled on, given enough time for people to comment. No, I'm not cooking gizzards. No Scouser because you don't say lad after every sentence. See, the thing is, when I was growing up, it was la. I like there now, la. How's it going, mate? Don't say lad now. Don't say lad. I like lad. Or they say fam now, mate. Or cuz. I like cuz. See, I've still got it. AJ in France. The old story met whilst checking pH levels. So romantic. Well, I know. Again, that reminds me of what Colin was saying yesterday about a first world problem. You know, about the pH levels in his his pool are too high. Champagne problem. Is it the young ones that say lad after every sentence? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Although I've not been up there for a while, so I don't really listen to them. Friends Crusade Life. Please tell me you haven't peed in the jacuzzi. I won't tell you that. No, I actually didn't. Did I? No. Yeah, definitely not. Jean felt my gold capri. Is that a euphemism, Gary? Gold capri? Anyway, so what else? Evangeline, because Lisa's going to be saying, oh, you're saying too much, Rob. You're saying too much. Right, so Lisa doesn't call me Rob. And I don't call her Lisa. We don't refer to each other by our names at all. We call each other babe. And there's a reason for that. Oh, I should have said it. I'm going to say it. Right, so I've not long been with Lisa, and I was at the kitchen table, and I was looking, and I wasn't facing her, and she was in the kitchen, and she said, I don't know, you do want gravy on your dinner? I went, yeah, I don't mind, and then called her by the name of somebody else, and then I realised what I said. So I didn't turn around, and I didn't turn around for about 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, I plucked up enough courage to turn around to look into the kitchen. She was still stuck looking at me. I said, don't ever call me by that name again. So that was it. Babe after that. I'm going to get into trouble for saying this now, aren't I? Jean fell from my dog. Wait, no, it's Jen. What's Jen, Gary? What's Jen? Can anyone hear Angel screaming downstairs? Right, I've got enough battery power in this to walk you around and bring you back. If you wanted a shower room update. Well, it's not really a shower room update because you're in there. Right, there it is. Got the first course in. Just making sure that there's no poo away in the potty. So yeah, so that was going to be done next week. Got those drying because it chucked it down with rain. Barbecue over there, it's all nice. Bit cloudy. You've seen the rest of the house though, haven't you? I've more or less filmed everything. This is the spare room. That's all Sean's shit. And yeah, so we've got yes, this was meant to be the main bedroom. It's massive here. I don't know whether you can tell from that. Right, the reason why this is open is because the floor's not level. Because nothing is in this house. Yeah, so it's a big old room, but yeah, the view out of our bedroom was amazing. So we decided to have that one, which was. Oh, that's Angel using Robbie as father. Right. We plug this back in. Probably call it a day then. If there's nothing else. Anyway, I appreciate you all watching anyway. taking time out of your lives to watch a div. It's like a private viewing of a place in the sun. Yeah, you're welcome. Guys from Limousine Life, I think we benefit from a 24-hour live feed like the Truman Show. That's a bit voyeuristic, Gary, isn't it? Come on. Just to confirm for me that the chimney from the barbecue is up against the neighbour's wooden wall. No, it's not touching. Not touching. It's not a fire risk, Andy. But yeah. Sound is very bad. Yeah, sorry, Sandra. I don't know what. Is the sound bad for everybody else? Got 22 people watching now. More people watching. I have to stay talking, aren't I? Right. Let's put this phone on my shoulder. Oh, and I also forgot. I'm also recording. Right, this is me talking to you lot on the phone, doing a live feed. That's a bit weird. Right, that's going to go into this video. But that's my bit of kit that I use. It's the one that makes everything blurry, annoyingly. The GoPro up there is knackered. I don't know why. Yeah, so sorry if the sound's rubbish. Well, it's because I'm in the office, it's all lacquer in it, so it's very soft sound on my TV and on the mobile. Can you turn it up? Thanks, Gary. That's just his voice, not the sound. I can talk a bit louder if you like. Right. I think 37 minutes is enough to ask of anyone's life. So if, otherwise I'm at the risk of sharing more information that I shouldn't do. I'm being told off by Lisa later. Right, so I'll give it 10 more seconds. If there's no more questions, yeah, then we'll call it a day. Oh good, you figured it out. That's from the Lith. Figured what out? French Countryside Life, laters, Colin, thank you. I don't know what I've figured out, Lith. Nice one, don't forget laters. Yeah, okay, right. So, if you like these videos, give us a thumbs up. Cost bugger all. And a comment, I like a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you get notified of new content when it's uploaded. And it's important because out of every 1,000 videos, out of every 1,000 views that I get, 17 people have hit the notification bell. That's appalling. You need to hit it. Like it when you're live. Does that mean live? Okay. Like it when you're live. No, you're welcome. I've got to be honest with you. It's a bit weird, me talking live time. But yeah, I'll do more of them. Nigel Clark. Hi mate. Just a quick question. Did you join the police straight from the? No. I left the police. I left the military, having an interview. The police initial recruitment test with Merseyside Police is the one that I went for originally. I did the police initial recruitment test, passed it, which is weird because I didn't think I would ever pass an exam because I didn't leave school with anything really. And went for the interview straight after with some inspector who said to me, he said, where do you see yourself in 20 years' time? I said, Chief Constable. I don't know why I said that. I'd never had an interview before apart from the army. I was just saying what I thought he wanted to hear. And he said, so you think you're better than me then? I went, what do you mean? He goes, well, I've been in 20 years and I'm only an inspector, so you think you're better than me? I thought it was quite challenging. Anyway, I got a letter a few days later saying that I needed to have lived my life outside of the military for a few years to get to demilitarise, I think is what it said. So I did a couple of years as a security guard, which is awful. That was horrible, working in disused factories as a security guard. And then worked for Rank Xerox as a photocopy cleaner. That didn't do too good for my self-esteem either. I thought that was it. Oh, funny story. I'm not sure whether they do that now, but when you leave the army, you get like a booklet which tells you the date you joined, the date you left, whether your service was exemplary, and then at the back of the book it says what jobs you're qualified to do in Civvy Street. And as a private soldier, because I didn't get promoted in the army, as a private soldier it said that I could be a petrol pump attendant. Not the cashier, the person. We don't even have them in the UK. But yeah, yes, that did nothing for the confidence. Love the live chats, thank you, John. So it was about 2 years from when I left the army to join the police. I nearly joined back up in the army. I'd been knocked back from the police a couple of times. I didn't find it easy to do it at all. You had to pass the, it was like the mental exercises, because being in the army, my brain wasn't trained that way. It's trained to follow orders, not to problem solve. You know, so I bought a load of books on how to do problem solving skills and stuff like that. And I got so depressed one day. I thought I'm going to go back in. Not that I missed the army. I just missed my mates, and so I drove back to the Army Careers Office. There wasn't a parking space, so I thought I'll go back tomorrow. And you know, tomorrow never came. And then a few days later, I managed to get in the police. It's early here, 6:47 here in California. Lilith. Sorry, it's my eyes. I've got friends in America, Jay and Cassie. They're in a place called Arrington, Franklin, which is near Nashville, I think it is. Got a lovely place over there. So yeah, so I'm used to speaking to them. What time is it? 10 to 4. I'm used to speaking to them at around about this time of day. Can you turn up the volume when you might? Oh, is it got my hand? Right. Is that any better? I've moved my hand. Nigel Clark, thanks for that. Oh, you're welcome. So, yes, that was it in terms of the army, and yeah, loads of funny stories from the place. But I'm not sure whether the broadcastable, to be honest with you. Oh yeah, I believe 2 hours. Tennessee is 2 hours ahead of me. Yeah, because if I phone Jay now, it'd be about 8 o'clock in the morning, 10 to 8, I think it is. Like 8 hours behind. But it's nice there in California. It's all right, yeah. Is the mic any better? Is the mic any better? 21 people watching, 17 likes. Thank you. Right. So, rather than run out of steam and not have anything to talk about next time, should it be a weekly thing? Should I be better prepared next week with the IT? John, due over in France next Sunday, Département. What is 87? Is it 8-7? I need to learn the numbers. Can't wait. Gets harder to go back to the UK every time we visit. I know what you mean. I've been over once. Lisa's been over once. As soon as we land in England, it's like I want to go back. I really, really want to go back. Poor home when you feel like it. I probably need to do it. Yeah, cheers, Paula. I probably do need to do it at this time of life. This time of day, to capture anybody that wants to join from over the other side of the world. You might want to make streams available for gifting. What does that mean? You may want to make streams available for gifting. I don't know what that means. Make this as well. Yeah, cheers, guys. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Sandra, I wanted to thank you for your video about PTSD. I cried. Sorry you cried. Feel so sorry for you. Honestly, don't be. I myself was diagnosed 21 years ago and sometimes still struggling. Living in France is so good. I wish I could move. Enable super chats and super stickers. I'll have to have a look in that. Sandra, honestly, you're welcome. For me, it was validating that I had a label, so to speak, as to how I used to think about things, what my outlook was like, how my temper could switch in the military. They call it a flash to bang. A flash to bang was really, really quick. You're not anymore. You way too many therapy sessions for that. for that to take hold of me anymore. Flashbacks and stuff like that. I just thought it was me, but no. But it was a good segue and a good reason for me to go and seek help, which I did a lot of times over 3 years. And so to help me now, if I ever do need it, Lisa's now qualified as a counsellor. So she's done that for me. So she's become a trained counsellor. She's due to get her diploma sent through the post in a day soon. So if I ever do need counselling, it's, yeah, I've got that. Anyway, right, what else? Enable super chats and super stickers. Right, I'm going to have to look into that. If you enable the chats and the stickers, people can do it. No, honestly, I don't want any money. Thank you. Yeah, there's 2 reasons for that. No, there's not. There's only one. Right, I'm over here on a visitor visa, which is the easiest visa that you can get post-Brexit to come and live in the EU. And as part of that, I had to, and I talked about this on French Air Trumpet, link in the description, the other day, on Friday. That got released yesterday, Saturday. Whereas, so go and take a look at that podcast. It's Andy and Colin on their podcast, and they interviewed me yesterday, which is amazing, and or Friday, sorry, and amazing. And I explained the reasons why I can't monetize the channel. So even though I've got 1,414 subscribers, amazing, I forgot. You didn't realise that I'd signed a declaration to the French authorities saying that I promised that I wouldn't earn any money whilst over in France. And yeah, so can't monetize. So I've got like €75 sat in an AdSense account somewhere that I can never take. But you know what? It's a champagne problem, isn't it? I'm not bothered. I do it, right. So why do I do this? Having been in the army, and then having been in the police, I had an identity, I had a purpose. Having left the police, and in the circumstances that I did through ill health retirement, yeah, I lost all purpose and all identity, didn't it? Who was Rob anymore? Who was Robbie? And so I just couldn't be Robbie, the 51-year-old retired police officer. So I thought, yeah. So we started the YouTube channel, and then I thought, no, I'll throw everything into this. You know, if you're going to do something, you then do it properly. If you get subscribed, then that's great. One of the reasons why we got an office, really. I had an office when I was working, and I missed having an office. So now this is mine and your Lisa's little place where we come, where it's got nothing to do with the kids. And I can sit behind the desk and I can pretend that I'm important again. Right, hold on. Got EMDR also, and EMDR's amazing. EMDR's amazing. Catalavon set. Is that what I said? No, I didn't, did I, Dave? Because it's 4 times 20, isn't it? You've got to do the 4 times 20. Oh, it's so difficult. Right. Yeah, EMDR. For those that don't know what EMDR is, Lilith, couldn't you have the money sent to a bank in England? Do you know what? I probably could if I thought about it, but I just don't want to risk the French visa. It's if I was earning the monies that Dan the Chatterman did, then it might force me to think about another alternative. But I'm not. And for example, for a decent video with 1,000 views, I might get €2.50, which is absolutely no money at all. Grown in France, mate, we made it just in time. No, I was about to go. Grown in France, right? For those of you that don't know or don't subscribe, I'll be surprised if you don't. It's Jack and Bex. They're a New Zealand couple. They've got 3 young kids, dog and 2 cats, and maybe about 20 million week-old baby chicks. So they've got I'm going to see if I pronounce it right, La Maison de Maître. So master's house, and I want to say, is it a loggia that they live in? Right, but they've got Jack has got a shed load of renovations to do, and yeah, their channel is really, really fun to watch. Yeah, Lisa and I love them. Yeah, we've met them a couple of times. Yeah, certainly Bex a couple of times because he came to the barbecue, and or she did with the kids. They were an absolute joy. Absolute credit to you both. And yeah, go over and take a look. Jack is if you like my editing, you will love Jack's editing. He is so clever and makes my editing look like amateur hour. So yes, go and take a look at their channel. I couldn't hide it. I couldn't not recommend them enough. Dorothy Diane Parker. Is that Diane and Elliot Lucian? It might be different if you've got yourself a Dutch passport for being monetised. Yeah, no, but I think we've spoken about that. I think I've got to have Dutch parents. My mum's half Dutch, so, and she hasn't got a Dutch passport anyway. AJ in France, just subscribe to Growing in France. Oh, Andy, you will not be sorry. I promise you now, you will not be sorry. Jack is, he's just willing to give anything a go. He was just willing to give anything a go, and he does it well. He does it really, really well. So, and he's got a job. He's got the YouTube channel. He's got the kids, and he does the editing. And he spends time doing the editing as well. I spend time doing the editing, but I think he takes it to a different level than me. And yeah, their channel is going to do really, really well. I can assure you. So yeah, so give them a go. Happy if you got yourself a Dutch passport for being monetised. Yeah, I'm not really. I don't do it for the money. It's less than minimum wage. If you think about the days filming and then the editing each evening, it's less than minimum wage in Bangladesh, is what Colin said yesterday, the other day on Friday at his your French Ear Trumpet podcast. So right, what else can I say without it? Do you know what? I'll take it up to 10 past 4 because that'll make it an hour. And then that's it. Looking around for inspiration, to be honest with you. Come on, ask me a question, and then I can go. There's 24 people watching, amazing. Are you all watching on your big tellies? Yeah, we've got a 65-inch telly. I don't know what that is in centimetres, so apologies. But Robbie's French friend came round the other day, and he was in awe of the size of the telly. We brought it over in England. It's way too big for the house. Did you tidy the garage? Ah, John, that's the hook. That's the hook into tomorrow's video. Yeah, I did. That's 10 minutes of your life you'll never get back. Irene. Hi, Irene. Am I pronouncing that right? Have had parents live in Canada. Does that mean I can get a Dutch passport? Had parents live in Canada. Does that mean I can... I don't know whether you can get a Dutch passport. Are you Dutch? I don't know. Right, AJ in France, you could do a Q&A video so people can submit questions. No, I have tried that, Andy. I tried it a few times. Got one question. I don't think the channel's big enough. I don't think it's at the height of Colin's channel to do a Q&A. I know him and Jane have done a good few of them. But I don't know. If I get a few more subscribers. Right, I tell you what, if you're watching this video or if you're watching it in the future, add some comments and I can do a Q&A one. Oh, parents to see, sorry about that. TV and phones. Now that is amazing. Was that a Challenger tank that you were under? No, it's T5455. You can tell it's T5455 because of the fume extractor at the end of the barrel. What's up there? I think it's German. Sandra, you developed it. That sounds a little bit touched to me. Both on telly and mobile because the sounds. Okay. It's UK. Hi, sorry about late. So honestly, I'm going to be going for the next 7 minutes. And then I'm going to turn it off because I've just been waffling on for way too long. Dutch descent. Oh, apparently, yeah, potentially. I don't know. I mean, you'll have to look into it. I'm going to look into it after this. I've got to do an email to A Place in the Sun TV show, signing all the forms and contracts and stuff like that for Lisa, because she won't do it. I love filling in paperwork, which is probably just as well because I was in the police doing a lot of paperwork, but I like filling in forms for some reason. So I'm going to do Lisa's form. How does the French winter weather compare to UK? It's not as harsh. Still cold. The reason why we came to France and not Spain was because it's got the four seasons. So and that's the reason why my mate Jay and Cassie moved from. Where did they move from? It was near LA, but not that close. But they moved to Franklin so that they could get the four seasons. But yeah, so the excluding this year because apparently this is a freak year. Spring arrives early, summers last longer and hotter. So yeah. But we lived in the south of England, which is vastly different from the north of England. Even if it's only about 3 or 4 degrees, you can half tell the difference. Nigel Clark, every time I see those chickens running around, I think there's a big old fox around the corner. Not with Arnie, he's a massive cock. You know what he did the other day? So Lisa was looking out the lounge window, and she saw that Arnie was in the field, and she hadn't let any of the hens out that day because they normally have a few days a week in the field, the rest of the week in the actual pen. But the 3 brown hens always managed to use the chop down tree trunk and you launch themselves out. And but the other hens haven't worked it out because hens are a bit thick. And she saw Arnie in the field. She thought, what on earth is he doing? She looked over into the corner, and the 3 brown hens, oblivious to them, were over in a different corner, and a cat was stalking them. So Arnie had just suddenly decided he was going to use the launch pad, launch himself over, and chase the cat away. How amazing is that? I told Arnie that I was very, very proud of him. He didn't understand because he's a chicken. But yeah, they're great. But that's his job. He will let the hens eat before he eats. And he will not take food from my hands yet. He's getting close to it. But yeah, not yet. But he's a great protector of them. Right, sorry, one more from him again. Do you get French lessons? I was too late yesterday. Love watching. Trying to send this quickly later. Hi Josephine, do I get French lessons? Now, I do the Duolingo. I'm on day 831, which gives you decent foundations for French in terms of verb conjugation and stuff like that. But we are now talking more to French people, like taking the kids to the French parties and stuff like that. We forced, and I'll leave the phone in the car so I'm not using the Duolingo, talking to our French neighbours. Our French neighbours who are from Calais, who moved down. I was speaking to Didier yesterday, and he was saying that him and Carol, his wife, Carol, in England, have started Duolingo because they want to speak more English to us. Oh, lovely. Oh, that's really nice. John Hanson, any news on when you're on a place in the sun? I think so. We're not in talks with Channel 4. Yeah, they're just the TV company that punt it all out. We're only in talk with Freeform Productions, who I suppose, if you think about it like this, they make the programme, so that is the product, and then Channel 4 buy the product from them. So they decide on when they're going to air the shows. So what they're not going to do is they're not going to all air a show like the 3 shows together where you got Charente with a budget of 200, Charente with a budget of 150, Charente with a budget. They're going to spread it. They're going to have a Barbados, a Bermuda, a Charente, a Spain, a Portugal, and stuff like that. So they've got no influence over. But they punt out the new episodes in May and September. Now I'm just thinking out loud in terms of if they're already talking to us about doing a follow-up show so soon after doing, because normally they're about 5 years later. If they're thinking about doing the follow-up show to be shown in January next year, then it would make sense for our show to go out in the May to give to be a bit of time. I don't know. So, but Lisa are not really bothered by it, to be honest with you. We really did the show for I think it was who was it? not Ernest Hemingway. I have got it screenshotted on the show on my phone because I thought I was going to have to mention it to Colin. It's gone. But whoever the person that said that everyone has their 15 minutes of fame, it's going to pop into my head as soon as I turn this up, and that'll really, really annoy me. I'll do it in the comments if you know. But yeah, so it's we just used the show in order to get us our house, and it was an amazingly quick way to do it, and cheap as well. Kath Smith, hi. Irene, just checking in with you here. I'm off now too. Cheers, Irene, for watching. Glad you found a purpose. That is a huge part of regaining an identity. Yeah, definitely. You can be complex. We can be complex creatures. Laters, Irene. Suke, made me smile when your younger son speaks fluent French. Aren't kids so much quicker than us at all picking up? No, they're not. Now, that is a common misconception. They are not quicker. It's just that they are immersed in it a lot more. So imagine you suddenly working for a French country or a country where you don't speak the language, and in the 8 hours a day for 5 days a week, you're going to pick it up. It's not because they're kids. Sometimes it might have a bit to do with neuroplasticity and stuff like that, maybe. But I think it is a misconception that kids pick it up way easier than adults. I think they might pick it up a bit easier, but not way easier. Philippe from, I'm going to say, Demain Sauvage? Domain Sauvage? Sausage? As what Carrie calls him. Philippe, hi. Mate, I'm just about to turn this off. Sorry. Well, honestly, I appreciate the support that you've all given me today doing this. I'm absolutely blown away. Got Andy from AJ in France. Got Gaz and probably Jean from Limousin Life. Colin from French Countryside Life. Andy from AJ in France. Bex and Jack from Grown in France. Got Philippe, Nicia and Odin from Demain Sauvage. Now, go and see them, honestly. Right, I'm going to put this down and I'm going to get all excited and animated again. So, we don't watch that many YouTube channels, but we watch him. And I think he was recommended to us by Gary from Limousin Life. And he has just got a completely different vibe. So he's like the opposite to me, where it's calm, serene, doing renovation work, a little bit of talking. His English is amazing. They're a Belgian family that moved over. I think they're about 2 hours north from us in the Charente. And it's just, Elise said, why can't your channel be more like theirs? And that's why she thinks I've got ADHD. I'm not diagnosed with anything else, by the way. I think she's just done a bit of internet research and says, you've got ADHD. I don't know. I don't need another diagnosis, I've got to be honest with you. I don't need another label. I'm just me. But so go and check their out. We tend to find it funny when he gets really annoyed that the previous occupants leave their shit behind. I've left their shit behind and he's got to tidy it up. But what else am I talking about? Well done, good job. Oh, Nick, that's my father-in-law, he's on there. Cheers, Nick, how are you? Now, my father-in-law, he looks like a poor man's version of Bruce Willis. He doesn't. He looks like an Aldi version of Crocodile Dundee. Nick Dundee, I call him because his name's Nick. He knows I'm only joking. It's just pulling his plonker. Kath Smith. I think French should be taught at primary school in the UK. When they did teach it at Robbie's school, and because when I went to pick up Robbie in England in school, there was on the blackboard there was La Maison, Le Chien, La Chat, and stuff like that. And I went, are you teaching French? And she went, the teacher went, yeah. I went, I said, j'apprends les français tous les jours, j'utilise mon portable, j'ai téléchargé l'application Duolingo. And the other teacher went, what did he just say? And she went, I don't know French. I went, why are you teaching it then? She goes, well, we don't know, it's part of the curriculum. But I think they just know the basics, they don't know the verbs and stuff like that. I know they do. Gina's hanging on every word. Domain Sauvage. Yeah, I was late. We are all sick. Odin gave us some gifts from Digger. Mate, it's horrible, isn't it? The kids bring home all sorts of shison from school. Yeah, awful, mate. I feel your pain. So does that mean you haven't done a video? It's no excuse. What else on there? Well done, good job. Thank you, Nick. And thank you, Audrey, as well. Nick's my mother-in-law, Nick's wife. Both lovely people. Livers on life, totally agree. Demand Sausage is brilliant. You know that's probably going to wind him up, Gary, don't you? It's going to be late today. Mate, you're an absolute diamond. You're an absolute trooper. Well done. La Rue de Paris, bonjour la Charente. Are you new? Have you been? I'm 4 minutes over, and there's 20 people. What? Mate, honestly, you lot are amazing. Right, I'm gonna go, but right. So let me go back and say hello to everyone, and those people that have arrived late. When I post it, I think you'll watch it at some other point. There's too many people. Doug Lynn, Daryl Butler, thank you again, Daryl. There's no buzzing. Paula Holland, thank you. Diana Hughes, Andy from AJ in France, Colin Jane from French Countryside Life. Diana Hughes, thank you. Ian Baker, thank you. Anyone for music? Paul Holland, I've just got it now. Name of your Hamlet equals your job description. Thank you. Paula, going from Lives Alive. And French Farmers, your renovations, thank you as well. Lilith, Sandra, V.D. Velden, Nigel Clark, John Hanson, Diane and Elliot Lishian, and yeah, Arms Aiken. And yeah, so you've got Jack and Bex, you got your Felix, have been massively supportive. Save it for next time. Till next time, have a great night. How to do rate Limoges as an airport? I think it's all right, Nigel. Yeah, from Larry de Paris, bienvenue en France. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nigel. How do you rate Limoges? It's all right. It does its job, doesn't it? It's small. My own advice is don't check in too early or don't go through security too early, because it's undersubscribed for the amount of passengers. You'd just be sat down on a passenger chair with no vending machines. Till next time, thank you. So save it for next time. Open up. I'll be on to a mate in the bizarre life. Right. So thank you, everybody. Leaves one last thing left to say, and it is from me. Laters. Right, I don't know how to turn this off. Limbs on. It's a sick sausage. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? That sounds wrong on every single level. So, laters, laugh out loud, laters, au revoir, la Rue de Paris, merci. I think it's profitez bien aujourd'hui. It's again, Nigel Clark, Beer, Defo, Sandra, and merci, de rien, and Darren and Elliot, laters. Right, I'm going to turn it off, Right, thank you everybody, see you soon.